Papa. Hey. Oh, you didn't like that? Oh, it's a bit sharp, isn't it? What are we doing up here? What are we doing up here? That's Mummy. Wave to Mummy. Wave to Mummy. There we go. Thank you, Rylie.
Congratulations,
Thank
mate.
you. It's beautiful.
Hello. Is that Mum? Who's Mum?
Do you want to hold it? Let's go to Mummy.
Ready? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure on behalf of Rylie and Tim to welcome you. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we meet on today, the Wadawurrung people, and recognise their continuing connection to the land and waterways, and pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and extend this to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. While a number of people couldn't be here today, Rylie and Tim would like to make a special mention to Barney and Margaret, Rylie's grandparents and Joe's parents, who are in Wollongong and have been married for 63 years this year. While some of their families are no longer with us to celebrate their special day, they feel lucky to have known them and always keep them in their hearts. Dawn and Howard Mackenzie, Andrew's parents, Sheila and Bruce White, Judy's parents, and Kath and Jim Taylor, Alan's parents. To have their wedding day here is also incredibly meaningful, so a special thank you to Tim's cousin, Lockie, and his partner Anise for hosting us here at Walbrook Homestead, and a special thank you for cutting the trees for the boys' height. My name is Lucy, and a little over 6 months ago, Tim and Rylie popped the question to me, would I be their celebrant? I was lucky enough to meet them nearly 5 years ago in Sydney, and I can't tell you how honoured I am to be here today amongst all of their closest family and friends. It is an absolute privilege, and I couldn't be more excited. Now, before I take you all too far down the garden path, I do need to let you know that I'm not in fact a qualified celebrant, and so for the formalities, we have Katie here to officiate.
Thanks, Lucy. I'll get the official part out of the way and then give it back to you. As a celebrant, I'm duly authorised to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined today in marriage, in my presence and in the presence of all of these witnesses, I'm to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage according to law in Australia is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life.
Okay. Shortly after Rylie and Tim asked me to conduct their ceremony, I started thinking about today. I wondered how I might stand here in front of all of you people, their nearest and dearest family and friends. I was initially worried about doing this justice, but since speaking to Rylie and Tim about all of their good times, it's become one of the most amazing parts. As I look out at the crowd today, there are people from all parts of Tim and Rylie's life, a few that I'd like to introduce. To Rylie's wonderful bridesmaids, Simone, who took Rylie under her wing when she first moved to Albury and has stayed by her side ever since. Anna, who Rylie met in Year 7, she was drawn to Anna's kind heart and bubbly personality. Georgia, who Rylie also met in Year 7, they were in the same house at school and inseparable at carnivals and raising money for guide dogs. And Ellie, who moved to Sydney with her partner Justin around the same time as these two, with their friendship cemented with weekends away, wine and cheese platters. The trusty groomsmen, Nick, who Tim met at Mannix College in 2009, since then having travelled overseas, living together and playing footy for Finley for the last 5 years. James, who Tim met when he was born and has been pestering ever since. Jim is a great role model and older brother to Tim. And Sam, Tim's younger brother, who despite being 6 years younger, is generally considered smarter, funnier, taller, and the favourite child of both Andrew and Judy. Amongst of the rest of the crowd here, there's family, friends from primary and high school, friends from college, sport, work, travelling and living interstate. Each and every person here has a special connection to Tim and Rylie and have supported them to get here today. With that in mind, I'd like to remind you today is not only the chance for us to celebrate these two, but it's also a chance for them to introduce all of their most special people to each other. Perhaps you're sitting next to someone you don't know now, or you're seated with someone at dinner that you don't know. More likely, you'll have a dance on the dance floor with someone. So remember, even though there are some unfamiliar faces right now, today isn't the last you'll see of these people. And it's not just the start of a marriage, it's the start of a community of people supporting these two as they go forward to the next chapter of their lives. Now back to where it all started. I'd like to acknowledge there are probably a few people here today who have their own version of this story. But as Tim and Rylie recollect it and would like to share it, it all began in 2016 when the two met playing mixed netball. When I spoke to Tim about this, he definitely did not say that Rylie was the most aggressive defender he'd ever seen on a social netball court. After this cracking first impression, they ran into each other at the Swan Hotel a few weeks later, realising they had mutual friends. Over the next few months, they spent some time getting to know each other before Rylie was due to go overseas. Before she left, they decided to make it official, formalised with a speech by Toma back at the famous Swan Hotel. Upon Rylie's return from overseas, they spent the first year in Melbourne, going on dates, meeting friends and family, and winning a few mixed netball premierships, a strong winning foundation for their future relationship. In 2017, it was Tim's turn to spread his wings and move to Sydney. But within days, Rylie had tracked him down and moved her life to Sydney to be with him. It was at this point Tim realised Rylie was going to be a difficult tag to shake. The original plan was to move for 12 to 18 months. Much to my joy, though, they've been extending 6 months at a time ever since. There's not anything these two don't enjoy doing together. They live a very active and social lifestyle with sports, day trips, visits to the park, travelling, and how could I leave out their passion for test match cricket? There's no honeymoon planned at this stage, but when the time comes, Tim assures me they have a round-the-world trip planned following the test cricket team. Their relationship is built on enjoying the little things in life together, as opposed to big flashy moments. Giving each other tips on improving their sports, playing board games, browsing markets, and spending time with their family and friends. I know a lot of people think of road trips as the stuff of nightmares, but these two are the king and queen of road trips. It's a chance for them to load up the car, chat about what's happening and their future, and play their favourite songs. Now, as Katie said, marriage is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, but there is a very important third person I should mention in this relationship, darling Wilkie. As much as these two love each other, I think it's fair to say Wilkie is number one for both of them. When I asked Tim and Rylie about today, they both reiterated just how much they have loved seeing each other become a parent, and they spoke many of times of what their family would look like, but since having Wilkie, it's been even better than they could have imagined. Marriage can be defined as a lot of things, and every couple will have their own interpretation. But when you get down to the basics, it's marrying your best friends, and for you two, this couldn't be more true. They're on exactly the same page about their priorities, and they are also perfectly complementary in what they love about each other. Tim brings a cool and calm nature, keeping things in perspective in moments of stress. He can be quiet at times, is smart, intelligent, and humble of all he's achieved. Rylie is energetic, determined, career-driven and selfless. According to Tim, she somehow manages to make time for it all: work, Wilkie, friends and family. These two know what their strengths are, and they've managed to find the perfect person to complement each other. One of my personal favourite features in the soon-to-be Mackenzie household, second to Wilkie, is the infamous whiteboard. Each month, Tim and Rylie write down 3 keywords that they'd like to focus on and return to throughout the month. So instead of telling you what I think marriage is for them, I've asked them to think of their 3 most important values which will underpin their marriage: humility, resilience and gratitude. Humility. Rylie and Tim are both incredibly humble. Neither are lacking in confidence, especially with Tim being the best social sportsman in Australia. But when it comes to the serious stuff, they work hard and keep their eyes on the prize, rarely boasting about the big achievements they've made. Resilience. For these two, they know that tough times are just for a moment and not forever. They keep each other in check through the hard times and know that together they can achieve anything. and gratitude. This is a regular on the whiteboard and something I can confidently say they practice on a daily basis. They're grateful to have each other, Wilkie, and fantastic family and friends around them. Rylie and Tim, let these values serve as a reminder of what to focus on and how to support each other, just as you have in the past when there have been challenges along the way and you've been separated from friends and family here in Victoria. I would now like to invite Tim's sister Sarah for a reading. Alrighty. Okay, so Rylie and Tim were discussing songs for the wedding. Two of the songs, Feels Like Home and Stand By Me. The lyrics said it all. If you knew how I wanted someone to come along and change my life the way you've done, it feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong. The other, when the night has come and the moon is the only light we see, no, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. Although one song ended up being a Qantas ad, the song spoke to their relationship, both reflecting support, strength, belonging, and a whole lot of love. Do you want to take a step that way? You've been hustling. Thank you, Sarah. Now, time to move into the formal proceedings. Rylie and Tim, marriage is the promise between two people who love and trust in that love, who honour each other as individuals and who choose to spend the rest of their lives together. No matter what challenges you face, you now face them together. Rylie and Tim have each written their vows, which they'd like to share with each other now.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Rylie Marie Taylor, take you, Timothy Charles Mackenzie, to be my lawful wedded husband. I was lucky to have met the love of my life when I didn't know I needed you. You're my best friend, my closest confidant, and I'm so happy I get to spend the rest of my life with you. You are calm, intelligent, and a little bit of a dag, but just perfect for me. You make me a better person, and while I have you by my side, I know I'm the best version of me. I choose Team Mackenzie every day and today. You are loyal, compassionate, and extremely honest, but you always empower me to believe I can do anything. With that, I know we can achieve great things for our family and live a very happy life. I promise to work together and never apart. We work so well together as a team that for the past 6 years, it's been you on lead vocals and me on backup. I've since been demoted to the choir with the arrival of Wilkie, but I'm just so happy to be here. I thank you for always putting our family first. I'm lucky to stand here today already knowing that you are the best dad. You are fun, you protect us, and you may sometimes play the role of the paranoid safety dad, but I know it's because you love us both. So with our closest family and friends here today, I'm so proud to tell you that I love you. Today and every day I'm honoured to be Rylie Mackenzie.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Timothy Charles Mackenzie, take thee, Rylie Marie Taylor, to be my lawful wedded wife. Rylie, I love you. I promise to love you and our family with all my heart. Little break. I love that you are a strong and independent woman, and I know how important this is to you in life and as a role model for Wilkie. I promise to allow you to be you, to stand by you as your partner, to support you, to nurture your goals and ambition, and to encourage and challenge you to chase your dreams and put yourself first every once in a while. Now, I was talking to Wilkie a little earlier, and we both promise, although myself a little begrudgingly, to include you in all future daddy-daughter dates, because we both know that any date that includes a little bit of mummy will be that much better. Finally, I love the life that we've built and are building together. We will face challenges and obstacles along the way, but we'll overcome them together. And with a smile on our faces. You are my soulmate, my best friend, forever and always.
I'd now like to invite Nick forward to bring the rings. A ring represents the vows and promises you've made today. A wedding ring has no beginning and no end, and a never-ending circle symbolising your everlasting love and friendship.
Rylie, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love for you. Let it be a reminder that I am always by your side.
Tim, I promise to love unconditionally and walk hand in hand through life together.
Rylie and Tim, today you have expressed your love to one another through the commitment and promises you've made. Before we make things official, if everyone could please have their flowers ready. I would like to congratulate you both on behalf of your family and friends. May your marriage be full of gratitude, resilience, humility, love and friendship. You ready? With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you for the very first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Mackenzie. You may now kiss the bride.